It's almost everyone's favorite time of year again. International Lapel Day, the day that we celebrate all of the achievements of every lapel player everywhere, the creation of this great guard system that we all know and love. International Lapel Day is coming soon. Once again, in celebration of this monumentous day, we have updated the Lapel Encyclopedia with 2 more chapters. One chapter that was overdue, which was the graceful exits, how to actually disengage from lapel sweeps, because one of the most common questions I was receiving from those previous early adopters of the lapel system was how to actually disengage from the lapel, because the sweeps were so effective, but then they were on top with the lapel and weren't sure what to do. And so we've been slowly filling out that aspect of the system, and then we have a brand new guard, which is the demi guard, which is a totally new lapel guard that I created basically to deal with one final weak spot that I saw in the lapel system, which was something that came about because of lapel wrestling. It opened my eyes to what needed to be fulfilled, which is how to deal with immense pressure from a lapel guard position. So I'm super excited to see where this International Lapel Day goes and who is highlighted and what new techniques come to light, as well as the future direction of the lapel guard system. So, up until this point, we've been focusing on what I would call the fundamentals of the lapel wrestling position, or the worm wrestling, okay? We talked a lot about how to finish from the standing position and then how to actually get into the offensive posture you need to stand up with someone's leg to actually take them down. Now, things can start to get kind of intricate and tricky with the lapel, as you've seen before. That doesn't mean that lapel wrestling is any less complex. As we go deeper and deeper into it, more and more opportunities present themselves. One of those examples is the ankle traps that I used at Europeans. I used it over and over again. Everyone kept falling into the same thing, letting me trap their ankle, and I would lapel wrestle them down with their ankle trapped kind of like at their chest with their own lapel. Heavily compromised their guard. I was able to pass people's guards directly off the worm wrestling, and it's very effective. I'm going to show you how to do that right now, all right? So, how this works is it's another one of those fear things. When I have worm guard, people want to get their leg out. Because he wants to get his leg out, he's probably going to try and step it high up and out sometimes. People try and lift the leg and pull it up and out completely. But what they find out happens is as they lift their leg up and try and get it out, the lapel actually goes around their ankle more as they try and actually bring it all the way out, okay? So from the regular worm position, it's not as effective, but it's especially effective from reverse delta worm when people try to lift their ankle up and out. You can probably see how even if I'm not high up around the knee where I want to be, this attacks the back really effectively because I can get the knee over, but people are aware of this and they try and even push my knee down and they want to get their leg out like this. And this ankle trap is what's really powerful, because sure, the leg is just a cylinder here, but he's got this big foot at the end of it, so it usually just gets stuck right at the ankle. And everyone tries to do this, to try and pull their foot out here. What I want to do is lock them in this position. When they start trying to bring their leg out, I kind of go with it and tighten up down around the ankle here. Now this does kill my ability to take his back effectively, because I'm not going to be able to get leverage to get over his knee and actually pull his hips towards me because of the control being so low. But when we go into a worm wrestling mode, this becomes super, super powerful. So just to ensure that his leg stays locked, I like to use my other foot to kind of push that knee down here. And you can see how that puts them at a super awkward angle, okay? So this is a little bit opportunistic, because when you're in reverse delta worm, usually you want to be trying to take the back. So if he starts defending heavily, I'll just let it slide down around the ankle and control right here, okay? So it's just right there around the ankle. Then I'll push on the other side, and I'll use that to take my foot out here. So now he can't actually pressure back into me because of the awkward angle of his leg. He can't like try and shoulder smash or like put any sort of passing pressure because I'm torquing his leg at such an awkward angle. Then we're just doing the same technical stand-up that we've been doing for all of the worm wrestling positions here. I just come up, get to my feet, and then make sure that I put some counter leverage here on the top of the knee to make sure that he falls down. Okay? Then from this position, I can't just stand up straight because he'll just take his foot out. It would just clear very easily. So I immediately have to push my hand over the top of his ankle in one direction or the other. I don't usually care which direction. I just have to get my fist over the top of it like this. So the tension here that forms in the lapel makes it very difficult for him to extend against it. If he tries to extend away, it all just goes right back into his collar, and I can hold this grip without much effort at all. And you don't have to worry about him being able to take his foot out this way, because most people are not flexible enough because their leg is already extended, or it's already pushed towards his face so much, he doesn't have the dexterity to bring his leg any higher. Yeah, most people don't here. All right, now the power of this comes in when you super reinforce it, which is what happened in my match versus Muhammad Ali. I reached under the leg and grabbed here, like this. So now his leg is totally trapped, and there's no opportunity for him to escape. There's no excess lapel for him to try and rip out of my hands, so what can he do? He could try and like peel my fingers off. That's basically it. But his leg is so trapped, I'm just gonna initiate my passing sequence. And it's not gonna turn out like a normal pass. You have to become comfortable with this position. Your opponents definitely won't be comfortable with it. But for you, it's gonna feel awkward at first because most passes don't vibe with this grip. You're not really gonna be able to do a knee cut or a long step or a toreando. You kind of just have to start working your way up past his body in one way or the other. The good thing about it is I can still switch sides. So if my left hand is controlling, I'm not gonna pass to my left side. It's gonna block my own progress because I wanna keep the grip. So passing to the left side is not gonna be as effective. So I usually try and work my way around to the other side like this. Because if I pass here, people's main guard defense, or passing defense in this case, is pushing with their hands and trying to bring the top leg in front to create some sort of barrier in between me. If I had passed like this without the lapel, he's gonna bring the leg in front. So the grip is killing that, and that's what's powerful about it. It's not the ability to like put pressure, it's just killing his one guard recovery that is reliable, which is throwing that top leg across. So just like all the other finishing positions when we were in here, like from the other takedowns we were doing, you might find yourself in this position. You can still get the ankle trap from all of those positions, especially if someone is flexible. You just have to move it down their ankle like this and then pin it up over the top. Some grip switching is required to secure it and actually get ready to pass. If I keep it right here, this is fine. I can go into like long step passes on this side, but the leg isn't as secure, and as I try and pass, it's possible he might escape it. So I usually take the time to reach underneath and get the grip more secure here. So now when I'm ready to pass one way or the other, and remember you can alternate hands. If I want to pass to this side, I just need to make sure it's in the other hand here. So even still, he can't use that top leg to defend because his own leg and the lapel is blocking it again. So it kills a lot of his ability to recover guard. I just put pressure in and start passing like this. And he can't really play guard either. I could sit here all day. What's he going to do? He can't really attack anything. So you kind of have to play around with it and see what you like to do from here. In future updates, we can talk about the systems of like this area, but it's not super filled out. I've kind of just been intuitively, trying to pass with this grip. But as you can see, it's not conventional whatsoever, and the normal passing rules don't apply. Basically, get the grip, pass to the side of your free hand. Start grabbing the collar, trying to get your knee on belly, things like that. The other thing that's really powerful about it is once you pass, you don't have to let go. I can be here and hold on to this. If I want to secure points and make sure he cannot escape ever, I just keep this grip. And then if I go knee on belly, how's he going to defend my knee on belly with this as well? So every pass that you do from here allows you to get an extra 2 points very easily because he just has no ability to shrimp, bridge, or escape. So looking for this opportunity for this ankle trap is very powerful. There's also wrist traps you can do, but that doesn't really fit into the worm wrestling category here, okay? So just one more time. This is kind of the last thing that you may find yourself in here. And it's most effective from reverse Della worm because the reverse Della worm kind of lets you slide it down around his ankle while putting pressure at the knee to bring him down to that side just by kind of leaning over. If you need extra pressure, you can. So like if he's like keeping his base and doesn't want to let that knee collapse and I can't kind of just tilt it over, you can use your other foot to tilt it over and take your foot out here and then come up, all right? Most of the time I've found if once it gets down around the ankle and I kind of lock it in place and secure it, I can just turn my right knee in and start bringing them down, take my foot out, and then make sure that my arm gets up over the top quickly so he can't escape his leg, tighten that up and bring it over here. So I'm just kind of pulling. I'll use my other hand to reinforce, come right over the top here. All right. This is a position I don't think really anyone's seen before. So even when I was competing against Muhammad Ali, Drysdale was actually commentating the match, and he thought it was my leg that was trapped because he thought I had worm guard still and had swept with worm guard position. And if you watch the video, it kind of looks like it could be my leg because we were so tied up. But that's just to show you that it's a very new thing that people aren't really taking advantage of. And when you're using the platinum worm as well, all of these leg traps with the lapel, like there's a surprising amount of versatility of these different grips, and you can reliably set them up even without starting from the sweep position. So the lapel is kind of my blessing and my curse because I can't stay away from it, and I just keep exploring new ways to try and grapple with this rope. The only rope we're allowed to use, because you're not allowed to like choke people with the belt or tie them up with the belt, but this is basically the same thing. So there'll be more updates on how to use the lapel to effectively trap people's ankles and wrists and incorporate that into the worm wrestling as well. But for now, that concludes the techniques. Anything to add, Miha? No. I hope you guys enjoyed that video. If you want to make sure to never miss the latest jiu-jitsu technique uploads from this channel, hit the subscribe button, and there's also a notification bell that you can ring to make sure that you get all the notifications for everything that we do here on the channel. And bonus round,